Are we live? Is this thing on? You bet your booty. We're live and this thing's on and we already started a draft. Your boy has the 101. This is the Shindig, the Drafters Fantasy $1,000,003 Best Ball Tournament. What's up, Greg Kellogg? Good to see you. Good to see everybody in the chat. Our drafters started. I was at the 101. I still am at the 101. And we got Ja'Marr Chase no matter what. Happy Friendship Friday, y'all. Happy Friendship Friday, y'all. So let's shout out Disco Ball Nation because obviously without Disco Ball Nation, there is no Friendship Friday and there is no draft, right? So let's shout them out. Yours truly at the 101. My boy Jerome with his first draft at the 102, taking Amon-Ra St. Brown at the 102. I like it. And then Just Joshin at the 104, going with CeeDee Lamb. James SEO at the 105, going with Bijan Robinson. AP, what up, AP? You're good to see AP. He's at the 107. Two fat guys, Anthony, my brother, is at the 108. My homie, Sleazeball, who's going live tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to do like a nice debate. It's going to be a nice debate with a couple other content creators. He's at the 110. He goes with Puka Nacua at the 110. Bad Guys Official really is a good guy. He's at the 111. He goes Marvin Harrison Jr. Hot Take City is live tomorrow, guys, on X. He's got a Hot Take X space at noon. Tune in. It's a great listen. It's also great for you to, come and give your takes and give your insights. And it's just a great back and forth. So shout out to Hot Take City. That's tomorrow at noon. And I'll be the co-host with the most. Greg Kellogg says, you on the big screen now. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate you. If you guys don't know who Greg Kellogg is, fix your life. This is one of the OG. Without Greg Kellogg, guys, we wouldn't really have the fantasy football game we have today. You guys need to know that. He was one of the first writers to ever write. He's a fantasy football Sports Writers Association Hall of Famer, the FSWA Hall of Fame. First ballot. We are in the presence of greatness. So when we talk about Greg, you guys make sure you say hi. Put some respect, Greg. We're very appreciative that you show up and that you show love to us, man. Love you, brother. I can't wait to meet you in person. Sleazeball says, "What's up, Greg?" Anthony going running back heavy. Yeah, he's going with the robust RB start with Breece Hall and Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm very curious to see what he does with the rest of the draft. Appreciate you, brother. Says Hot Takes. I appreciate you too, my guy. Hey y'all, says Bayou Bengal. What's up, Bayou? Make sure you guys subscribe to my guy Bayou Bengal. Make sure you guys subscribe to my guy Sleazeball. I'm looking forward to an unhinged debate, so to speak. That's the title of it. I might need to take royalties because everybody knows Disco's unhinged. Kidding. I wanted Saquon. Got sniped. All right, we'll go Jalen Waddle. And we'll go DK Metcalf. So 0 RB start as per usual. Let's go. Shout out to Cowboy Reg. Great follow on X. Great follow on YouTube. Shout out to the folks over there. Cowboy Reg, I appreciate you. Even though we've never really spoke face to face, you always support everything. And I appreciate you. I appreciate the content. Just sucks that you're a Cowboys fan. That's it. But I'm not taking shots on the Cowboys. I'm not that guy. Yes, I am. But we'll keep it PG tonight. Got to take the value as it is, as it falls. Greg Kellogg says, two fat guys. True. Hey, Sleaze. Guys, make sure you guys. So Greg made his own YouTube channel. Yes, he is one of the members of the sports affiliation, but this is his actual YouTube channel. Do me a favor, guys. Do me a favor. And I don't care if it takes you guys away from my screen. Go subscribe to Greg, please. Once again, guys, OG of fantasy football world. We wouldn't be enjoying the game we love if it wasn't for guys like Greg, and he's still putting out great content. His shorts are very informative and straight to the point. Greg's one of my favorite human beings on earth. So if you guys support me, you got to support Greg, the sports affiliation as well. You guys, if you're not subscribed to them, please do so. And please sub to my guy Sleazeball. He's part of the Fam Jam, and sub to Bayou Bengal. Love those guys. Shout out to the community. Appreciate you. Hot Take City says Cowboy Reg in the house. You already know. We want Disco Unhinged. I mean, shit, man. I want royalties. That's my name. That's my thing, man. That's my thing. I'm kidding. Get monetized, and then we'll start talking royalties. I'm looking forward to it, man. I can't wait to see you, Bayou, TSA, all these content creators flourishing and doing, something we love. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful family, great community. Howdy, Reg. Good to see you. Make sure you give Disco a like here. I appreciate you. I think Greg is tuning in tonight because Sam Laporta is on the thumbnail. He's a big Michigan fan and also a big Detroit Lions fan. Shout out to Greg Kellogg. I know he's just supporting him because he's just being a good friend. I just like he is as diehard Michigan everything as humanly possible. Hot Take City's laughing. Sub to Greg Kellogg. Thank you, Sleazeball. Appreciate you guys. Keep seriously. I want everybody to go sub to Greg. He's got great stuff coming out. So yeah. Appreciate you, Greg. Thanks, Sleaze. All my stuff is on the Sports Affiliation channel as well. Cool. When are you going to add subscriptions, members? So I don't think I'm going to do subscriptions or memberships. I don't think that's what I'm going to do. If you guys want to, do memberships, it's not going to I'm not going to do exclusive streams for members only. If you guys can't afford it, I understand. Life's expensive. I'm not going to do that to you guys, but I'll have memberships just for the sake of if you guys want to support me and, here's a 99-cent membership just to show that you love me and you support me. Cool. If you can't do it, also cool. You guys being here is more than enough. And that's about it. I don't really want a paywall between our friendship and our support. You guys showing up here and all that shit, that's more than I can ask for. So yeah. Week 12, I'm so stupid. No, you're not. No, you're not. You'll be able to pivot. You'll be able to pivot. Bo Blue. I think he means go blue. Go blue. There goes Sleaze and Disco with wide receivers heavy. Yes, sir. You already know. Hot take. Haha. Oh my. Anthony, love the start. Anthony's got Breece Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs, DJ Morse, and he's a Laporta supporter, so he's got the thumbnail correlation. Travis Kelce went at the 33 overall. So we'll see what we're going to do here. We'll see what kind of options we have. And I'm very curious. So, guys, Jerome is one of my best friends on the planet. IRL, one of my longest friends, good friend, good teammate. I consider this guy a brother. You know what I mean? He is my brother. And we every season we get into fantasy football drafts together, and this is his first time here on Drafters. So the fact that he's got time to do this is very exciting. He's letting the clock go down. I hope he doesn't auto. Dalton Kincaid. I like the pick. All right. We'll go Terry McLaurin here. And we'll go Trey McBride here. So still 0 RB start. Hopefully we can get some values at the RB position and other positions moving forward. But I'm okay pushing tight end late now that I got Trey McBride at the capital that I got him at. And we got a couple of good correlation opportunities should that come around with the quarterback position. Here's another reason why I like, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin. If you're looking for good quarterbacks to stack and get correlation, you're giving yourself an opportunity to set that up down the road, and you're not necessarily focusing on one team correlation. These are all possibilities where whoever falls at the same value will get there. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Two Fat Guys Fantasy Football says, I know you would like the Lions at Greg Kellogg. I wasn't paying attention, Sleaze. Dang, man. Lock in. And we're about to tell you guys what we're doing and where we're doing it at. Hot Take City, sick to his stomach. Welcome in, Jerome. Glad to have you here. Yes, sir. Shout out to Jerome. Good people. All good. It can work out. Just got to get T-Law, though. Well, I mean, next thing he's got to do here is he's probably got to get Evan Ingram. That's what I would do personally. Hey, Jerome, you should ride with Disco to the Expo. That would be dope. That would be super cool if you could come to the Expo. But my guy's got a very demanding career and a newborn. And, yeah, he's maybe one day for sure. All right, guys, time to tell you guys what we're doing and where we're doing it at and how you can do it too. All right. This is not a mock draft. I repeat, not a mock draft. I almost cursed. You guys know the rule. If I curse, I gotta donate a ticket. So we're not cursing. All right, we're not cursing today. This is a real money draft with real money implications. How much money are we talking about? $2.5 million in total prizes. $500,000 goes to first. It's total points format. Most points win. Best ball weekly scoring from weeks 1 to 17. 12 teams draft fast and slow. It's a $15 entry. You get to max out with 150 lineups. This is called the Drafters Million 3, and it's spectacular. There's also the Drafters Mini 2. This is the second mini this year. It's a $2 investment. $25,000 Ruskies to first place. $125,000 to be redistributed to all other placements. Not bad for a $2 investment. For sure, not bad at all. It is best ball format, which in my humble opinion is the most convenient way for your draft. You have 20 rounds to fill your roster for depth. Each week a starting lineup is composed of the following positions: 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 flex. At the end of the week, the best overall performances on your roster will be submitted into your weekly matchup. So no more leaving points on the bench. No more waiver wires, no more trades, none of that garbage. Get that garbage out of here. You literally just drafted. And forget, unless you're winning a life-changing amount of money. Guys, this is your best practice. Redraft season's coming around the corner. I know everybody who drafts in these tournaments has a leg up on all of their buddies who are doing mock drafts currently, especially on Yahoo, because like people will make their first 3 picks on Yahoo, maybe the first 2, and then auto the rest because they're satisfied with their start. You have 20 rounds of people who have invested in this app, people who have invested in this draft. You have 20 rounds of real competition, so you'll know what real ADP is, and this is the best way for you to draft. So sign up today on Drafters Fantasy using promo code DISCO, and I will double your initial deposit up to $100. So say you put $25, you'll have 50 to use on the app, right? Say you put 50, you'll have 100 to use on the app. Say you put 75, you'll have 150 to use on the app. Say you put 100, you have 200 to use on the app. It's not bad. It's free money. And guys, at some point next week, we're going to have the season-long pick'ems, where if you hit 8 props correctly, you will 100x your dollar riskies, and I'm very excited about that. All right. We'll go Walker and Zamir White. Yes, I know I got 2 running backs with week 10 buys, but I don't have that combination. So we'll see how this goes. We'll definitely see how this goes. And I'm paying attention to what Jerome's doing with his draft. And so far it's very balanced, very strong draft. I like what he's doing a lot. Hurts at, sorry. AP says Hurts at 54 is disgusting. Yeah, that is pretty gross. I mean, I wanted to go Devonta Smith, right? But I don't have many starts with Chase, Waddle, and DK. I have Chase, Waddle, and Smith. I don't have Chase, Waddle, DK. So I went with DK here, but I would have liked to have gotten Devonta Smith so I can get Jalen Hurts. You guys know that I love when the elite quarterback goes off the board in round 4 and 5. I think they're an absolute smash, and they'll probably place in a lot of these winning lineups. So I love the elite quarterback here. My favorite quarterbacks this year at the elite position actually is just Patrick Mahomes. That's who I want. I just want Patrick Mahomes around the 4-5 turn. I like Jalen Hurts. I think he has elite winning upside, him and Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, all with the rushing upside. But Patrick Mahomes is the only guy who, like, I think is an MVP candidate every single year, no matter what, right? And his situation got substantially better, and his defense has gotten substantially worse. So I anticipate that, they're not going to just be running the ball every game. They're going to rely on Patrick Mahomes to win. So I think Patrick Mahomes at the 4-5 turn for elite QB, that's my guy. That's my guy. 7th place won $35,000 last year. You don't have to win. True, exactly. All other placements. That's why it's important to max out these tournaments or the mini, because the more shots on net you have, there's my Canadian reference. The more shots on net you have, the more opportunities you have, the more likely you are going to walk away with money, especially if you're good at drafting. If you're good at drafting, this is the best way to one, get your mock drafts in, because I'm not saying stop doing your redraft leagues, but like get your drafts in, get your fix in, have it amount to something, have it mean something at the end of the season. And I'm telling you right now, it's a very, very, very good feeling at the end of the year when you're hitting the withdraw button. It's very fun. Sleaze easy. Uh, Greg Kellogg says, pay attention to what Disco is doing by varying his drafts. He's expanding his chances of finishing in the money. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm also like, I look at it this way, right? And thank you for making that point, Greg. I look at it this way. You have 150 opportunities to draft a winning lineup. That's 150 alternate Marvel universes where 150 different scenarios happen, and you are betting 150 different ways that this one is going to be, the realistic finish of how the season is going to happen. So having unique roster combinations and starts is very important. Not a lot of, like, predominantly you'll see a lot of people go CMC and then, follow the ADP game at the 101. Not a lot of people are going, Jamar Chase at the 101. Definitely not a lot of people are going Amon-Ra St. Brown at the 102. So it is very important, right? I personally don't have CMC ranked as my number one RB this year. I have Breece Hall. So I would much rather get Breece Hall where guys like two fat guys are getting than I would, getting CMC where I'm getting CMC. So yeah, that's my take, and I'm sticking to it. I had a nice debate today, guys, and I'm curious as to what you guys think. PPR format, who would you rather have season long, and who's going to score the most fantasy points? Jordan Addison or Tony Pollard this year? Anthony says it's good to have your favorite guys, but you have to have some variance in your lineups. Unique way to differentiate from the other 180,000 entrants. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so we're going to get Joe Burrow here, and we're going to get Tony Pollard. So first line of business is some correlation with Jamar Chase, with my guy Slim Shady, a.k.a. Joe Burr. I mean, it would have been nice to have gotten Jaden Daniels, but I have Joe Burrow ranked so much higher than Jaden Daniels. I see Jordan Addison there. I think Jordan Addison's a great wide receiver 5, but we're fine at the wide receiver position. It's important that we address the other positions right now, and I think we did a good job there. So far so good, and we'll just keep on keeping on. We'll see. We'll see if there should be a run at quarterback right now. I wouldn't be shocked if just Joshing goes with Dak Prescott because he has CeeDee Lamb. I doubt he'd come back. I wouldn't be shocked if James SEO goes with Jordan Love to go with his Christian Watson play. AP already has a quarterback, so I think he's pumping running back. Anthony is probably, with everything he has right now, would make no sense for him to go quarterback. I think he could keep pumping the wide receiver value because he needs to. Sleazeball's pushing the quarterback position. He's got a couple of different opportunities, but I love his wide receiver start, and his two RBs are pretty great too. Is Kyler gone? If Kyler's still available, no, Kyler's gone. So he already, Bad Guys already has Patrick Mahomes. So I think we're going to see the quarterback position get pushed there. And I think Hot Take City could wait a little bit on quarterback here, or just get his guy, Trevor Lawrence. Either way. Who did Jaden Reed go to? Hot Take City. So Hot Take City should take Jordan Love here and then hopefully wait for Trevor Lawrence next round. That's what I would personally do. Got to lock in Hot Take. Yes, sir. Lock in Hot Take. Addison. You're taking Addison? Okay. Pollard, assuming there's a 4-game suspension. Okay, so let's say we live in a world where there is no suspension because the NFL has not reacted yet. Let's say we live in a world where there's no suspension whatsoever for Jordan Addison, like very even playing ground, okay? Who do we like, Pollard or Addison? Who do we think is going to finish with more fantasy points this season? But I'm betting on Spears as a Tennessee RB1. I am not. I'm not taking that bet, but I respect your opinion. 4-game suspension for whom, AP? We're assuming that Addison's going to face a 4-game suspension or 3-game suspension. Why would you reach on Trevor Lawrence when you could have taken Jordan Love and waited on Lawrence? Oh, that's a bad move. That's a bad move, Hot Take. That's a bad move. I personally wouldn't have done that. Should we do 2 drafts tonight? Let's go. Yeah, so like the NFL usually reacts immediately if there is a case where the player or the athlete or the member of the NFL has, been proven to be, under the influence. And if it's a DUI, it's an immediate 3-game suspension, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out to Wendy Early, one of my favorite human beings, one of the faces of Women of Fantasy Football, a great member of the sports affiliation, one of my favorite human beings on the planet. Shout out to Wendy. Looking forward to meeting you at the expo, Wendy, for sure. Thank you for popping by. I like shopping for discounts on couches. You could say I enjoy the thrill of the chaise. That's French for chair. I like it, Andrew Ed. I like it. I like it a lot. Addison won't get more than 2 games, if any. Addison says, Greg. Hey, Wendy says, Greg, no suspension. Addison, easy. Okay. Wendy says, Greg. Bones, say Bones. Andrew, hilarious. Yeah, Andrew's dad jokes are money. I love Andrew's dad jokes. I really look forward to it all the time. And apparently he's in a couple hours, he's going to be going and watching Deadpool and Wolverine. I haven't been to the movies in forever, but this might be a good reason to go. Babe, you want to go to the movies? I have too many love already. Okay. But I mean, like, he was best available. And the fact that Jordan Love is still available right now is really weird. Really, 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 really weird. Like, Daniels, Goff, and Lawrence all went ahead of Jordan Love. So whoever gets Jordan Love is getting him at a spectacular value here. I had Lawrence stack. Yeah, I know. But, like, you should have pushed it, because getting reaching on a stack. Remember, you're competing against 180,000 other lineups, right? Who has a better opportunity to place in the money? The person who has Trevor Lawrence correlation at value, or the person who reached on Trevor Lawrence, right? If you got Trevor Lawrence at a value, you have a better opportunity than everybody else who's drafted the Trevor Lawrence build, right? So you got to push the value. Jordan Love to James SEO, that's a great pick. That's a great pick. And he's got the Christian Watson. He pushed it and he got it. And I loved it. It's great. All right, David Njoku's gone. So we're going to go Chase Brown here, and all of a sudden I have really good running backs. This draft is going swimmingly. I think Tyler Lockett here is one of the best values in best ball this year. I love the Tyler Lockett value. Whoever gets him always gives themselves a chance at least 4 or 5 times a week to have an elite spike week upside. 9 picks, that much of a reach. What happened to get your guys? Listen, I'm saying get your guys, right? I 100% I'm saying get your guys. But Trevor Lawrence, and I know you've done a few of these drafts. This is your 19th one of these. I'm sure you've done a couple minis. Trevor Lawrence, more often than not, falls. More often than not, falls. So do not chase correlation, because if Trevor Lawrence is your guy, cool. I'm just saying you're not standing out against the rest of the bunch, especially when a Jordan Love is available to go with Jayden Reed at a value where he fell significantly, right? So Jordan Love is 98th overall. You would have gotten him with the 109th pick. That is a much better opportunity to make this lineup finish in the money than Trevor Lawrence to go with all these stacks. Because what happens if Trevor Lawrence gets hurt this year? That means Christian Kirk is shot, Evan Ingram's shot, Travis Etienne might do a little bit better, but like realistically, don't reach. Like, know the guys that fall. Know the guys that fall. So, I mean, it's not a significant reach by no means. And maybe I'm slightly overreacting, but I generally believe you could have waited and Lawrence could have come back to you, because you're the only one. If you read the room, you're the only one who's going for any sort of Jacksonville Jaguars correlation here. Wendy has the best smile in the industry. Dang, that's a big compliment, Greg. Deadpool 10 out of 10 says Sleazeball. Can't wait. You're going to hate my Purdy pick. Why? Oh, yeah. I don't love it at all. I mean, he's a good value, but if you're betting on Lamar that early and then you're getting Dak, but I mean, you're also not doing bad. You're very balanced everywhere else. So your wide receiver 3 situation is a little bit dire, but I mean, like, you're very balanced everywhere else. I'm very curious to see how you finish this off. I wouldn't say hate it. Definitely don't love it. Is that out today? Have to see. I think it's out. It should be out. He would have never made it back to me. No shot. There's a listen. If Jordan Love fell this far, that means Trevor Lawrence could have potentially fallen. And I'm willing to push on Lawrence and get Jordan Love to not secure the stack and still have a piece of an offense that I think is going to be absolutely explosive. But once again, that's my take. It's all theoretical. I could be wrong. James didn't want to take QB. James SEO says didn't want to take QB there. Had no choice. 100%. It's great value. Good to see drafters taking part in the draft. Where's drafters? No, drafters isn't here. Drafters isn't here. Not right now, unless I missed them. Be fair, Disco. Any player can get hurt. Love T-Law this year. I love T-Law this year. Absolutely agree, Seasball. Deadpool, 100% worth the price of admission. Good to know. Get Corm. Did I get Corm? I got Corm for you, Greg. I got him. It actually came out yesterday, but I have a kid-free night tonight. Let's go, Andrew N. Billy Gableman. Shout out to Billy Gableman, guys. One of the sharpest drafters on the planet. He finished 7th last year in this tournament, so when he speaks, you listen. In general, this theory is 100% correct, Disco, but you shouldn't hedge your draft by what if. You have to beat 185,000 rosters to get into the real money, so you need a lot of luck to run pure. True. Absolutely true. I'm just talking about values. I'm talking about values. I much rather push the values and get the values come at me naturally so I can build correlation than, reaching for correlation and just getting correlation in general. So values everything. I always respect. I respect yours as well. Look at Kyron's game logs. What about them? What about them, Gregory? So we'll take Darnell Mooney here. And we'll take Jaleel McLaughlin here. And I think we're good at running back now. I like the running back room we have. I think all 6 RBs can hit. So we're going to pump wide receivers and get best available at quarterback and tight end. Don't care about correlation, but we got one more quarterback, one more tight end, and if it hits, it hits. So I'm looking forward to this. I mean, it would have been nice to have gotten Tua to go with Jalen Waddle, but Jerome sniped me, so it is what it is. I like our wide receiver room a lot. I like our RBs a lot. I love our QB1. I love our tight end 1. This draft is going swimmingly. Look at Kyron's underwear, says Bones. No, I don't want to. Billy, are you going to the expo? Asks Greg Kellogg. Kyron is going to make all the quorum truthers eat the words, says Sleazeball Fantasy Football. Man, that's a heavy statement. I see London. I see France. I see the Olympics, and one of their events is breakdance. That's cool. That's cool, Andrew. And yes, reaching in general isn't great because it's likely someone will have similar start to hot take, but we'll get on paper a better player in the 10th than T-Law. The play is to try to push him to 131. 100%. 100%. But I'm also saying Jordan Love was available there. So a Jordan Love, Jaden Reed stack here, when you got both of them at a value, would probably give you a better advantage than Trevor Lawrence and Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram and Travis Etienne, right? And I've seen Trevor Lawrence fall 130s, sometimes even, like mid 130s. I've seen him fall there. And just by reading the room, I don't think anybody has a need for Trevor Lawrence. Unless the guy who has BTJ, which is CP, wanted to get him as well with Brian Thomas Jr. But I'm willing to take that risk and make that risk. Billy Gableman says wasn't planning on it, Greg. I'm looking forward to the expo. Definitely am. Can't wait. Love the whole idea of the expo. Love that I get to meet a lot of people and put faces to people who are typically typing or I'm interacting with online. So I'm very excited to do that. By the way, guys, last night I saw my guy NFL DFS picks first stream. I was helping him get it set up. Well, I wasn't helping him. I was just giving him some advice as to like what's the easiest way to get the stream going. Yeah, man, good stuff there. He was doing some stuff on DK. He's going to be doing some drafter stuff. Looking forward to his content and all the stuff that he's going to be putting out. Just Joshin's a very, very sharp drafter, very sharp fantasy football mind, and just a better human in general. Yeah, exactly. You could get both Love in the 10th and Lawrence in the 11th, 12th, and you're good. Done at Cube. That's exactly. Wish you were. DM me on X at Gregory L. Kellogg. I would like to set up an interview with you. Exactly. Yeah, man. It's a great show. Billy, it's a great show. Greg's great people. He's one of the OGs of fantasy football. As I said, like everybody who knows anything about fantasy football knows that Greg Kellogg is the GOAT. It's I've done an interview with him. I think you'd be a phenomenal guest there, Billy. Reaching after round 10 doesn't exist much, in my opinion, says BK. You could be right. You could be right. I kind of have that rule for after round 13, 15. I think there's so much juicy value in round 10 where it just doesn't make sense to stand out against the rest of the crowd when somebody gets them at a better value. But that's just my opinion. There's still so much juicy value. Then there's a significant drop off. Knowing James, if Luke Musgrave is available, he's probably going to get Luke Musgrave here and just be done at tight end with Ferguson. He went Troy Franklin. Okay. Jerome's a Packers fan, so Luke Musgrave might go there. But if Luke Musgrave falls to me, I'm 100% smashing that pick. 100% smashing that pick. Because my guy Billy says he's got top 10 upside. Ricky Pearsall, Quentin Johnston, still there. All right, let's see what happens here. Greg Kellogg says rookie heavy after round 12 starts. Definitely. Hawkinson over Musgrave? Really? Really? You like Hawkinson over Musgrave? NFL DFS pick says this is the worst draft to take QBs early with all the QB sliding. Absolutely. There goes Musgrave. Shucks. I thought with David Njoku in the week 10, he wouldn't go for him, but he did. So we'll go Smith and Noah Fant here. So we got correlation at value. We got Geno. We got DK Metcalf. And we got Noah Fant. And I think Noah Fant should finally have significance this season. So I like this. Top 10 upside for Musgrave at Billy Gableman. He said top 5 potentially. Yeah. For some reason, not big on Green Bay's tight ends. I mean, I will get exposure, especially if I have Jordan Love. It only makes sense. No Hawk out 8 weeks, says Greg Kellogg. I like Kraft over Musgrave. Is that a hot take? No, because I like Dawson Knox over Dalton Kincaid. Is that a hot take? Same James, says BK. Kraft had better numbers with less snap percentage. Correct. My mom's calling me. Babe, can you call my mom and see what she wants? See if there's anything urgent. Appreciate you. I'll bet Hawk out for 4 weeks. I think he's starting out on the pup. I may be mistaken. Give me an early guy, Bowers and Sanat all day. You like the rookie tight ends this year? Last year I was pumping rookie tight ends. This year, not so much. My two favorite rookie tight ends are both hurt. Two fat guys fantasy football. You know it, Kraft mac and cheese baby. Sup y'all, how's it going this fine Friday? Says BK. It's Friendship Friday. I think Kraft's injury is more serious than they would be alluding to. Hence my bet on Musgrave. Good to know. Says Billy Gibbleman. Bowers is my stud to avoid that tight end from last night's show. What happened last night's show? Greg? Does that mean that you like Michael Mayer now at his value, especially in best ball format? Because I love him. Carl Ramrod says, hey, all, what's up, Carl Ramrod? Billy says, but it's a projection, educated guesses. I'm not a doctor. True. NFL DFS pick says, one thing to consider is if Bowers came out last year, he would have been drafted before Kincaid and Laporta. Also true. But would he have been drafted ahead of Mayer? I think they would have gone around the same time. I'm late once again, but I made it. How's everyone doing? Living the dream. B- Pete. Here is Bear Fan Pete with a B-. Shout out to Bear Fan Pete. They'll be doing Drafters After Dark tonight. Pete, what time are you guys doing Drafters After Dark? Is it 10 p.m. tonight? Are you guys doing the $15 or the $2 mini? Let me know, bros. Okay, I'm going to make a pick I really, really dislike here if it falls to me. I doubt it's going to fall to me. But I'm going to make a pick that I really dislike if it falls to me because I know Greg likes them. And I'm just doing this for Greg. I'm just getting Greg's guys. I'm getting all the Michigan correlation today. BK says, great Bear fan, Pete. How are you? How are you? Okay, Foreman, gone. Thank God I got the running backs when I got the running backs. I like our running back room a lot. All right, let's see if Jerome snipes me again. Nope, didn't snipe me. All right. So we'll go Roman Wilson and Jalen McMillan. Let's go. I have not a lot of Roman Wilson. That's my first share of Jalen McMillan. This draft is going excellently. This is a good draft. No, going live. Yes, 10 going live 10 Eastern. Perfect. I'll tune in right as soon as we're done with Sleazeball's awesome interview / debate show. Sleaze, who's all on the debate show again today? Sorry, man. I've been so busy. Like, I've had no time to keep up with any chats or repost groups or anything like that. I apologize, guys. Greg Kellogg says no tight end splits, 73 targets in Las Vegas last year. Don't like either Raiders tight end. Yeah, but a lot has changed situationally. One, Josh McDaniels is gone. He was there for the majority of the season. Two, when you invest that capital early on two tight ends in back-to-back years, I presume both of them are going to be on the field quite a bit, especially if your goal is to run the rock and keep the ball out of, the hands of Patrick Mahomes. And like, that's how that entire division's built. That's how that team is going to win football games this year. If the Raiders want to compete and win football games, they have to control time of possession and play lights out defense. And the only way you can really control time of possession is by running the rock. So I think they're going to utilize, Bowers in a lot of different unique formations. I think they're going to go with two wide receivers. I don't think we're going to see a pure fullback. And I think we're going to see Mayer on the field quite a bit. And if anything does happen to Brock Bowers, Mayer's value skyrockets. Let's remember, guys, prior to the Raiders picking up, Brock Bowers, everybody was so high on Michael Mayer. All the chatter was like, oh, we got to get Michael Mayer. The moment that the Raiders took Brock Bowers, it's just like everybody died. And like, I think we should still be bullish on Michael Mayer and take advantage of drafting him while he's free, especially in best ball. In redraft, definitely don't want anything to do with him. In best ball, I think there's going to be weeks where he outproduces, Brock Bowers. I think there's going to be several weeks, and I'm here for it. Brock would be going 6th, 7th round if he had a better landing spot than the Raiders, in my opinion. Easily. Agreed. Been up since 2 a.m. making a lot of exposure picks. I like it. I don't like that you were up so early, but I like that, you're getting after it. Pete's up. Injury, Hawk and Darnold versus Musgrave and Love. Seems obvious to me which one to target. Yeah, I agree. Join me and JC tonight. We are doing trivia and a giveaway. Yeah, I already showed you out. I'm happy with mine too. First year success for quarterback tight end is a unicorn. Just doesn't happen. Can you pull up your current team? Absolutely. My current team is Joe Burrow, Geno Smith, Kenneth Walker, Zamir White, Tony Pollard, Blake Corum, Chase Brown, Jalen McLaughlin. Wide receivers, I got Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin, Darnell Mooney, Roman Wilson, Jalen McMillan. Tight end, I got Trey McBride, Noah Fant. How am I doing? Chark sniped. Chark went that early. Me, you, Michael Rip, Tip Major, PPR Fantasy, Kyle Lindemann. Nice. Bear fan, how can I subscribe? Can't do it for chat. Go follow the sports affiliation. Subscribe to their channel on YouTube. 12 personnel, no more than 25% of the snaps. I beg to differ. I think we're going to see, we're going to see close to 40, 50% this year. In my humble opinion. Hyatt. And we'll take Malik Washington. And I think if the running back I want isn't available with my 20th overall pick, we'll go one more wide receiver. but I like what we got going here. Herbert, Chark, stack. Herbert, Chark, Hurst, stack fails. Man, I still have 0 Hurst. I like Chark. I think Chark is good for 3, spike weeks, but he's going too early these days. I like him in round 20. Mayer got 40 targets last year, yes, but he also didn't have Gardner Minshew. And Gardner Minshew is a vast improvement from the quarterback situation last year in terms of targeting the tight ends. Look at what Gardner Minshew did with lesser tight ends in Indianapolis. Look at what he did with lesser tight ends. He targeted them a heck of a lot. He just had Granson and some Mo Ali, Cox, like those guys sucked. And he targeted them a lot. The entire situation, like we cannot compare what happened last year to this year. Everything's changed. Offensive coordinators changed. Head coach finally has his team. He's had his full offseason. He's preaching his stuff and doing his stuff. They got a new quarterback. Yes, Aiden O'Connell's there, but even when Aiden O'Connell played, we saw a significant uptick in the utilization of the tight end position. So we cannot compare what happened last year. They also had Josh Jacobs last year. Like a lot has changed. Last year is irrelevant. It's completely gone out the window, especially when we're talking about the Raiders. Every team in the AFC West has done the same thing. They've invested in their offensive line. They've invested in their run game, and they've invested in their defense. The only way you can beat the Kansas City Chiefs and dethrone the king in the AFC West is by controlling the clock. We saw that every game Kansas City was either losing or in a tight game with. Every single game. That is the formula. That's what we're seeing. Once again, guys, I could be dead wrong, but I've done enough research. I've to make my bet. You don't have to take my bet, but I'm just saying, like that's my bet, and that's why I'm sticking to it. I left Woods for you, Sleaze. Nice guy. I have a really interesting wide receiver room going on here. Basically, handcuffing wide receivers is a thing I really like this year, especially when I can get some solid quarterbacks. I'm curious to understand why. Please tell us more. NFL DFS picks. Absolutely, NFL DFS. Love the handcuffs at wide receiver. Hot Take City says, I hate my draft. Probably my worst one. It's okay. It's okay. Always pivot. Do better the next one, right? Sleazeball says McMillan starts off the bunks. Star of the Bucks camp so far. Why can't I speak? Polk got lucky. He got injured. Would have been second wide receiver. Bucks got absolute steal. Okay. Judy's my favorite in that category. Interesting. I like that. Sports Addict Network, guys. Great follow on X. Shout out to my guy, Ari. He says, James and Greg, I heard you want to join my PPR Superflex redraft league. I would. Solid construction so far. I like it. Thank you. Thank you, Billy. Thanks, Bad Guys Official. Punted tight ends, wide receiver, and tight end on this turn. I think I'm okay at tight end. I have 2 tight ends. I don't think I need a third. I think I'm okay. Is Jameson Williams still available, I believe? No. Jameson Williams goes off the board like round 9, 10. Yeah, he went off the board round 8 here to Anthony. Third tight end at 240, in my opinion. Don't need 7th running back. Okay. Or Minshew plays. I believe he likes his tight ends. Exactly. Minshew loves targeting the tight ends. You queuing up to go again? Absolutely. We're going to do the grades, and then we're going to do another draft. 100%. Different build from me, but I like it. Okay. I'm looking forward to checking it out. We'll take Tanner Hudson here. I'm just not convinced on Mike Gesicki. I really am not. And I know Mike Gesicki, like it makes sense. Quasi says, I can join for a second. Not my best work, but I still like it. Greg Kellogg says, I'm loving Anthony's team. I'm looking forward to looking at it. If you have the number 1 in the NFL DFS pick says, if you have the number 1 and the number 3 wide receiver, I think that you really increase your chance each week of landing a nice play versus taking random flyers on similar players from other teams. I love that theory. I can join for a second, says Quasi. Shout out to Quasi, aka the 2-time. Late in the draft, most of the guys I target are starting slots, so I'm not expecting 1,000 yards anyways. True. We're just looking for spike weeks. All right, let's go from right to left. Hot Take City goes 2693. Trevor Lawrence, Daniel Jones, Travis Etienne, Najee Harris, DeAndre Swift. I like your first 3 running backs. Tyrone Tracy, there's a world where he could do something. Khalil Herbert, I need to get more exposure to. Dylan Labe, Bayou Bengals convinced me to like him because of how good his hands are. So I think he does get involved in the receiving game somehow. Wide receiver Garrett Wilson, Drake London, Christian Kirk, all week 3 buys. Interesting. Jaden Reed, Jacoby Myers, Jalen Polk, Adonai Mitchell, Wandell Robinson, Kadarius Toney, tight end. He goes Evan Ingram, Hunter Henry, Mike Gesicki. It's a good draft. I don't hate it. I really don't. I really don't hate your draft at all. Bad Guys Official goes 3-5-9-3. Patrick Mahomes, Jaden Daniels. You don't need Kirk Cousins, but I'll see why you took him. Jonathan Taylor, Isaiah Pacheco, Jalen Warren. Love the first 3 RBs. Ray Davis. The more I think about Ray Davis, the more I like James Cook. Isaac Garendo, Marvin Harrison Jr., Rashee Rice, Keon Coleman, Romeo Dobbs, Jerry Jeudy, Demarcus Robinson, Luke McCaffrey, Javon Baker, Ryan Flournoy. That's a name that Chef's been telling me to draft. Kyle Pitts, Pat Freiermuth, Ben Sinnott. It's a strong draft. I feel like you didn't need the 3rd quarterback, but I understand why you took him. Anthony goes, we got Sleazeball. Sleazeball goes Matthew Stafford, Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers. So he goes 3-7-7-3. So I like the 3 quarterbacks here. Running backs, he goes David Montgomery, Aaron Jones, Jerome Ford, Trey Benson. I love that you took Trey Benson here. Nick Chubb, Ty Chandler, Audric Estimate. I like the Ty Chandler pick as well. Nick Chubb, I mean, if he plays, you're a genius. And if he plays earlier, you're even smarter. Stephon Diggs, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, George Pickens. I love those first 4. Calvin Ridley, I like the pick as well. Deontay Johnson, Trey Tucker, Jonnu Smith, Jelani Woods, Jatavian Sanders. And guys, I need to admit that I was wrong. I was completely wrong. When we had Friendship Friday with Sleazeball, JC, and Bayou, I said there's no way Trey Tucker is the wide receiver 3. Michael Gallup retired. You were absolutely right. Anthony goes 3-5-10-2. He goes Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, Drake May. I like the quarterbacks here. Breece Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs, so more correlation. James Cook, who I think is a league winner this year. I need to draft more James Cook. Ramondre Stevenson, Jalen Wright. DJ Moore, Chris Godwin, so correlation with Baker and Godwin. Jameson Williams to go with Goff, Jahmyr, and yeah, that's nice. Khalil Shakir, Josh Downs. I think he's criminally underrated. Mike Williams. I mean, there's no designated timetable on his return, which has me concerned. But if he plays, he's an absolute smash. Demario Douglas, you guys know I love him. Darius Slayton, A.T. Perry, Bayou Bengals, gotten to you. Kendrick Bourne, I think he's on the pup, is he not? Kate Otten to go with Baker Mayfield, so a lot of correlation. Sam Laporta to go with the whole Lions team. It's a good draft, man. AP goes 2-8-7-3. He goes Josh Allen, Will Levi. Strong 2 quarterback build there. Zach Moss, Austin Eckler, Zach Charbonnet, Rico Dowdle, Tyler Algier, Elijah Mitchell, Damian Pierce, Samaje Perine. So when you push running back position, this is what you want. You want to smash as many guys who could stagger their bye weeks. There's a world where this can hit. Obviously, it's not the strongest running back room, but lineups like this have hit before. Wide receiver Justin Jefferson, Nico Collins, Michael Pittman, Keenan Allen, DeAndre Hopkins, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Jordan Addison. That is elite stuff, buddy. That is elite. I'm just shocked you went with Will Levi instead of McCarthy. Cole Kmet, Chigozie Mukonku, Dawson Knox. It's good. It's good. I like it. I like it a lot. You guys are bringing your A games here. Hey, Fantasy Bros. What's up, Art? Miss you, man. How you been? Sleaze, you like my team, says Hot Take City. Hot Take City, you've saved it, but week 12 still going to sting you in the ass. You took Tracy from me, damn it, pounded the desk. Okay. Too much draft capital at RB Sleaze. It's super strong, but your wide receivers room suffers too much. Going to play 4 wide receivers most weeks. The reach on T-Law, though Disco was right, reading the board there, he had 65% chance of making it back. P. Ryan's a cut candidate. I agree. Sick wide receiver room. Billy Gibson, my wide receiver, is nuts. But have a great weekend. And I'll shout out to B Willie. How you doing, Willie? Good to see you, man. You have a great weekend too, brother. Quasi, I believe he'll get picked up by a contender if cut. Exactly. All right, we got just Josh in next. No, James SEO. He goes 3-4-10-3. Interesting. Jordan Love, Justin Herbert, Justin Fields. Justin Fields is starting to pick up, a little bit of Like, he looks terrible in camp, but he's also the only healthy quarterback there. Bijan Robinson, Devon Achane, Rachaad White, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I still would have went with a 5 RB build here. I see what you're trying to do, though. It's very unique. Cooper Kupp, Amari Cooper, Christian Watson, Curtis Samuel, Brandon Cooks, Tyler Lockett. I love the Lockett value, man. I can't get enough. Jermaine Burton, I also am very high on Jermaine Burton. Troy Franklin, Dortch, Greg Deutsch, Pass the Deutsch, Khalif Raymond, Jake Ferguson, Tyler Conklin, Colby Parkinson. Strong. It's strong. It's very unique. Roster construction-wise, like, I can't hate it because it's a very unique roster, and easily 3 of your running backs could start and flex on a week-to-week basis, and you have also that upside at the wide receiver position. So it's strong. I like your quarterbacks a lot too. Just Josh goes 3-6-9-2. We already addressed that. You didn't need Purdy. He goes Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy. Running back, he goes Kyron, James Conner, Ezekiel Elliott, Justice Hill, Alexander Madison, Kenneth Gainwell. Wide receiver goes CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Ayuk, Joshua Palmer, Xavier Legette, Adam Thielen, Ricky Pearsall, Quentin Johnston, Jalen Tolbert, DJ Chark, Mark Andrews, George Kittle. It's strong stuff. I wish you didn't spend the capital on Kittle or Purdy, and you just started pumping more wide receivers here, because there's a significant drop-off. But I see you more often than not investing in the wide receivers from Carolina, so I like it. All right, Jerome, his first draft with us. What up, Pete? Man, I was enjoying your show. I hope your boy wasn't offended that I call him a meathead. I am personally a meathead. I'm 6'8", 320 pounds. So, and I like to lift heavy things and put them back down again. So I love meatheads. I don't think it's a term of endearment in my world, at least. What's up, Pete? Good to see you, man. Run it back. Come on, chat. Run it back. Nice show. We're not done. We're doing another draft. Apologies, Slaves was 2-day guys rosters. I love Tracy, brother. In my opinion, RB. Tough to see on the phone. Billy gave him in. I was like, what? Rumors that Pierce might get moved. Houston is high on Mixon. 2 fat guys. No worries. I have too much JJ considering Darnold may have a chance to keep that job where I would have waited. Hurt. That Jordan Love value is the best I've seen. Very unreal. I agree. Good show. No, Anthony wasn't upset. He loved it. Perfect. Okay. He's getting old, so not up on the gotcha. What happened? 4 QB? No 4 QB. Okay. Jerome, my God. Oh, shit. He did go 4 QB. He goes 4-6-7-3. He goes CJ Stroud, Tua Tagovailoa. Jerome, you would have been fine with the first 2 quarterbacks. No need for Bryce Young or JJ McCarthy. Obviously you got them at good values, but no need. Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Brooks. The first 3 RBs are spectacular. Tajay Spears is a good pick. Double stacking. I know it's relatively a handcuff, but I think it's a double stack when you get 2 RBs who should get, similar production, especially early on in the season. I think Jonathan Brooks takes the job at the end, but investing in that backfield with Chuba and Brooks is a very smart idea. Will Shipley, I have 0 exposure, and I'll continue to get 0 exposure, and he's doing that to handcuff Saquon. So technically he has 4 RBs. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Mike Evans, Ladd McConkey, Dontavian Wicks, Gabe Davis, Rashad Bateman, Malachi Corley. It's not bad. Dalton Kincaid, Isaiah Likely, Hayden Hurst. Yeah, it's not bad, especially for your first lineup. It's good. It's good. A lot of good pieces. My only piece of advice is if you would get a CJ Stroud or a quarterback that early, you don't, and then a Tua Tagovailoa at very incredible value, you don't need 2 more quarterbacks after that. All right, let's look at my draft. I go 2-6-9-3. We go Joe Burrow, Geno Smith, Kenneth Walker, Zamir White, Tony Pollard, Blake Corum, Chase Brown, Jaleel McLaughlin. We got Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin, Darnell Mooney, Roman Wilson, Jalen McMillan, Jalen Hyatt, Malik Washington. We also get Trey McBride, Noah Fant, and Tanner Hudson. So this is a strong draft. There's a lot of correlation here. And I didn't even reach for the correlation. Like, I forgot that Geno and Kenneth Walker were on the same team. So I got Geno, Kenneth Walker, DK Fant. I got Joe Burrow, Chase Brown, Jamar Chase, and Tanner Hudson. 4 levels of correlation, and we didn't reach. Not bad. Not bad. Who's down to do another draft? 7 out of 12. Let's go. Queue up. 7 out of 12. I'm in. Strictly from a construction standpoint, build a solid, Andrew. Thanks, buddy. 6 stack. Yeah, I honestly didn't even go for it, but I'm glad it happened. Trash Bones. That's disrespectful. It's his first draft here. Be nice. Who's queued up? All right, draft is full. Everybody queued up. Let's go. All right, we got Quasi at the 101. We got Just Joshin at the 106. We got Billy Gableman at the 107. He's stat ATL. James SEO at the 109. Yours truly at the 111. Bad Guys Official at the 112. Yeah, we're doing good on time. I think we'll be... Quasi, you didn't miss it. Quasi, stop lying. You're at the 101, sir. Erneman. Gonna have to sit this one out. Time to spend some time with the wife. Listen, brother, I love you. Keep your head up. Everything's gonna be good, okay? Love you, Anthony. What the fuck? I was gone for 2 minutes. I know, right? And it failed. Yeah, I know. Thought I had. No, you didn't miss it. You didn't miss it. You're at the 101. I can't stick, but kick it, guys. Appreciate you, Greg. Thank you for popping by. Appreciate you guys. And guys, once again, this is Greg's private YouTube channel where he does put on some stuff. So make sure you subscribe to Greg Kellogg here on his Greg Kellogg page, and make sure you guys subscribe to the Sports Affiliation where Greg is also a partner with. James SEO filled pretty quickly. It sure did. It sure did. I have been between 4 to 8, like 15 drafts out of my last. Well, this is like I was at the 101. Now I'm at the 111, and I know Bad Guys Officials like one of like the only time he lives up to the moniker of being a bad guy is when he's in position to snipe me. So I'm very curious to see what he does here. I love the middle picks. I do too. Whack. Well, I'll be judging your team. So, and like Sleaze, did you already send the StreamYard link for your stream? Did you already send the StreamYard link? If so, can you send it again? Can you just send it to me in a private DM on X instead of in that group chat? That way, the moment this is over, I'll hop in there. But what time are you going to set up your stream, Sleaze? All right, Quasi goes Tyreek Hill at the 101. See, guys, it's important to be unique. Christian McCaffrey here at the 103 for B Rich. This is a great first draft for B Rich. Let's go, B Rich. And then probably Jamar Chase. Yep. Just Josh is probably going to end up with a Amon-Ra St. Brown here. Is he going to reach on A.J. Brown, or is he going to go for Bijan or Brees? Let's see what he does. A.J. Brown. There you go. Night, Greg. Good call. Sending it now. I'll be in the lobby 5:30. Okay, brother. Sounds good. Bijan. James SEO's up. He's probably going to take Brees Hall here. Garrett Wilson. Please let me have Brees Hall here. I would love to have Brees Hall here at the 111. I don't think it's going to happen. Not today. AP says I need more A.J. Brown. Yeah, so do I. But I also need more Brees Hall because Brees Hall is my player number 2 in my rankings. So if I could get my number 2 at pick 11, I'm happy. This guy's going to auto Brees Hall, and I'm going to lose my shit. Jonathan Taylor. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh. Taking the guy coming off back-to-back top 5 wide receiver seasons isn't reaching, sir. I completely agree. But, I mean, if we're looking at ADP, it's technically a reach because he's not the 101. We'll take Puka Nacua here to go with my Brees pick. Nice value there. Disco says Quasi. I appreciate you. Seems to be the most slept on in the first round picks. I agree. And with the new rate of pace, with that new offensive coordinator Kellen Moore, I think AJ Brown is going to be absolutely spectacular. I like Devonta Smith. Don't get me wrong. I love me some Devonta Smith, but AJ Brown, he's got like, if we're looking at last year's drafts, right? You got CeeDee Lamb, who was like a league winner for a lot of people. CeeDee Lamb and Amon-Ra St. Brown, both guys getting drafted. They were league winners for a lot of people, right? If I'm looking, who's a similar guy who goes around the same area? It's AJ Brown for me, easily, absolutely. Quasi, you drinking, brother? If so, is it delicious vitamin water? You sound like Bayou there for a second. What I say? What I say to sound like Bayou, so I could say it some more again. Brees at 11 is nice. Yeah, I agree, Sleaze. I think I've made it clear who the biggest reach in the first round is. Who'd you make it clear? Hick. HIC. Quasi be drinking. Quasi be turning up. Quasi, serious question. Who do you like more? Because I asked the rest of the chat, but you're just tuning in. Billy, you as well. Who do you guys like more? PPR this season? Say, one of the guys isn't suspended for the first 3 weeks because he isn't yet. Jordan Addison or Tony Pollard? PPR full season this year, 2024. Who do you guys think is going to have more production this year in fantasy football? Biggest first round reach is Marvin Harrison Jr. It's not even close. I agree. The guy who scores 12.5 points per game in full PPR on 168 targets. Who's that? Garrett Wilson? This got to be Garrett Wilson, right? But let's be realistic. Those numbers are skewed because that offensive line was absolutely atrocious. The opposite offensive line was terrible, and the quarterback play was even worse. Like Aaron Rodgers had 5 snaps, the 5th one being his Achilles. Quasi 2/3 turn tonight. Let's go. Addison says Bones. All right, Bones. Pollard will crush it. Bones, are you in this with us? Are you in here? Did you happen to queue up? Nope. Pollard will crush it, says Carl Ramrod. Agreed. Depends on the rest of your roster of who makes more sense, but I prefer Addison personally. Gotcha. Not best ball. Let's say redraft format. Like if you had to pick one to have more points total season. Because, like, I'll be honest. I think Pollard has a safer floor. Addison clearly has a higher ceiling. But to predict, I think Addison's floor is non-existent. He doesn't have a floor, especially being, potentially most portion of the season, the third option behind Hawkinson and JJ, and most of the season, the second option behind JJ, with a team that has a quarterback who doesn't have necessarily the history of passing the ball with volume, especially to make both wide receivers relevant. It's for me, it's common sense that it's Tony Pollard. It's common sense, in my opinion. NFL DFS pick says I'm not going to be the guy projecting to be 27 wide receivers better this year of a 41-year-old quarterback coming off a ruptured Achilles. Hurt. So not Drake London. Worried about suspension and QB play for Addison. Exactly. The quarterback play is obviously like a very important concern. It definitely is a very important concern, but the suspension is also one of those things where it's like, will he ever be right? For sure. Call Ramrod, what you drinking tonight, brother? I bet you got something bougie in your cup. All right. Derrick Henry. Fudge. 2 RBs to start this draft off, and I don't love it. All right, we'll see what Bad Guys does. I think he's going to snipe me here, but I should have just taken my guy instead of getting Derrick Henry. It is what it is. He did not snipe me. Let's go. Tank Dell. All right. I like this draft. I like what we're doing here a lot. I think we're going to have to push tight end. I think that's the position that's going to suffer here, but we'll see what we can get. We'll see what values fall to us. What's your take in terms of snap share between Pollard, Spears? I'm going to say like 60-40, something like that. 60-40, something close. I think relatively close. I just think that Pollard's going to be more efficient and explosive and relied upon in bigger situations because they're very similar in style. Um, I don't think, Pollard needs to come off the field to be a third down back or receiving back. He has that in his bag. It's only a matter of if he's healthy and does he have, that explosive next gear. And should he be healthy, he's one of the most explosive, efficient players per touch. So I like him a lot. Stella says, Colin Ramrod, pinkies up, sir. 70-30 Pollard, in my opinion, says NFL DFS pick. So you're higher on Pollard than I am, and I'm very high on Pollard. I think first round Harrison is a ceiling pick, but I'd be kicking myself to be the guy that passed on him if he smashes. He's going to get a ton of targets for sure. For sure. But I think that's more of like a dynasty pick than, yeah, I agree. I'm just bullish on Kevin O'Connell as a play caller. I mean, here's the thing. JJ McCarthy does all the right things, right? I think he does all the right things. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe he's an absolute smash. Sam Laporta at this value is absolutely disgusting, and it's going to follow Quasi at the 101. Quasi is going to have the best. Oh, he didn't fall. Dang. I was really expecting that to fall there. And once again, guys, right after our show at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Sleazeball will be hosting a bunch of people from the fantasy football content space for a big old debate. He's got a couple of hot topics that we're going to talk about, including myself, Tip Major. I don't know who the other guys. PPR. I know PPR. PPR is a good people. I forgot who the other guys are. I kind of just agreed to be on this show just because, like, after 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm usually unhinged. So it's me, Sleazeball, Michael Rip. I don't believe I've had any interactions with him, but I'm looking forward to it. Kyle Lindemann, I don't know him, but I'm looking forward to having some interaction with him. Tip Major, I know very well. PPR Fantasy, I think, is a very sound fantasy football mind. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. It should be, if you guys like to see me unhinged and like to see me, just, curse and insults and, be completely toxic. It's not going to happen on my channel. It'll happen on Sleazeball's channel. NFL DFS pick says, my opinion is Bengals former offensive coordinator is going to lean towards the more Mixon-like back in Pollard, but could honestly be 50-50 there. Like, there's a reason why they invested so much financially in Tony Pollard, where Tony Pollard didn't really sit at all in free agency. They said, we want you. This is the amount we're willing to give you. Like, in terms of running back numbers, he's making like top, percentage as a running back. So yeah, like I get why people are hesitant with him because, last year left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. But once again, guys, he wasn't healthy. He literally went from having surgery to playing starting running back on an NFL field. That's tough. That's tough for anybody to do, right? That's really tough for anybody to do and for it to pan out. So I completely understand. But this guy's had a full offseason. He's been able to do all this explosive training. He's been able to, he's got a lot to prove. And he's back home in Tennessee. He's from Tennessee. So, like, I think he's going to be spectacular. I think he's going to absolutely smash. I think top 20 RB is his floor. I think top 20 RB is his floor. And he's being drafted like what, top 25 right now in terms of RBs? How many RBs are being drafted ahead of Tony Pollard? It's a great question. Let's pull up the research, Disco. There's a little bit before you pick. Never mind. Let's not pull up the research. It's going to crash the whole laptop. We'll use the phone. All right, let's look at rankings. We'll just use drafters rankings. He's being drafted as the RB29 this year. That's insanity. You're telling me there's 28 better running backs than a healthy Tony Pollard. Pollard is the 29. Yeah, I know. I think he can absolutely smash. Yeah. Pollard can absolutely smash this year. He definitely was not healthy. It will be interesting to see how he fits into air raid. Sleazeball says Rip and Tip is their podcast and Kyle is the Rotoballer writer for reference. Okay, yeah. Honestly, like unless I've and like no disrespect to anybody, because like I respect everybody, but unless I've interacted with you directly, I don't know who you are. Realistically, like it's no disrespect. I haven't been introduced to you, and you haven't been introduced to me, and like surely these guys have earned their stripes and their keep, but I'm sure. They're wonderful human beings. I'm a huge believer in following the money, says NFL Day Fast Picks. I like that. Pollard can definitely smash this year. He definitely was not healthy. He'll be interesting to see how he fits into the air raid offense. I agree. Javonte is the 34th RB. Yeah, but I mean, like, I think Javante's ceiling is a top 25 RB. Like, just because I'm higher on Javonte than I am on McLaughlin doesn't mean that I'm high on Javonte. Like, I like Javonte more than I like McLaughlin. If I'm going to get a running back from that room, from the Denver Broncos, especially at the value he's going, I think he's a good RB3. I really do. I think his ceiling is a top 25 RB, which isn't bad. It's not bad at all, especially where he's being drafted. So, yeah, why the hell not? I wrote a piece the other day on Pollard. I see ceiling like RB18. I mean, even if he is the RB18, he's the league winner at that price point. Like he's going to be RB2/flex. I'm on Spears too. I'm saying right now, if I'm a betting man, which I am, I'm not betting on Tajay Spears at all. If I'm betting on Tony Pollard, and like that could either make or break my fantasy football lineups, especially here in basketball. Not to be rude for Tennessee, their O-line will be an issue. Please be careful. Both RBs can't catch, pass at the same time. Rushing will be limited. I beg to differ. I think the offensive line is bringing back very key, good young talent in year 2. And they brought in a spectacular offensive tackle in Beachum. And one of the biggest acquisitions that, doesn't go recognized for the Tennessee Titans and the offensive line this year is Callahan's bringing his dad to coach the O-line. And that guy is an offensive line guru, like an offensive line whisperer. The offensive line is already, significantly better just for the addition of him alone as a coach. Hot Take 6 says, I'm out on Spears. It's Pollard's job to lose, I feel like, for sure. ADP at 29 and RB 18 finishes fire, 100%. We'll take Javonte over Pollard. I mean, I'll try to take both. If I'm going 0 RB, both are spectacular. Lost 3 starters. But how good was those 3 starters that they lost? Let's be real. Name those 3 starters and tell me, where did they grade in terms of PFF? They're bringing back their rookie. They're bringing in, guys who fit the scheme that the Callahan father and son run. I think that O-line is going to be incredible. The O-line that I'm actually terrified about is the guy who I just drafted. CJ Stroud's O-line got significantly worse. His O-line got so bad. That's why I am not just out. I am not investing in any Joe Mixon ever because that O-line is so bad. CJ Stroud's going to be running for his life. Like they lost three pieces, and that O-line was Swiss cheese last year, and they didn't do anything to address the O-line. So yeah, man, I'm freaking. I pray that man survives the season. We'll go Najee here. I pray that man survives the season for sure, because like CJ Stroud's going to be running for his life. That's kind of why I'm not super bullish on this Houston offense. That O-line is so bad. And they were horrendous last year. So Joe Mixon, I'm out completely. And it's crazy because I think like Joe Mixon, everybody thinks he's an older back. He's just been in the NFL for so long. He's 27. He's the same age as Tony Pollard. Crazy. Hot Take says, I think Tennessee has a chance to win their division looking at their pieces. Here's the thing, right? It's like the perfect storm for buying in on a perfect scenario, but the perfect scenario is like hanging on one factor that doesn't make me bullish on that offense other than the run game. This is why I kind of don't love Calvin Ridley. This is why I kind of don't love DeAndre Hopkins. Yes, they're both, older wide receivers. I think we've seen the best of DeAndre Hopkins. His best years have been behind him. Calvin Ridley's, I think his best years are behind him too, personally. It's Will Levi. I don't trust Will Levi. Will Levi will either be one of the best fantasy football pieces or he will cost a lot of people a lot of money in these best ball tournaments. I just don't trust him perfectly. Like I don't trust him at all. My assessment for him as a quarterback is he makes the wrong reads. Yes, he's athletic, but he also is a head case. He's an head case. It's all contingent on Will Levi does. And I don't think Will Levi is reliable. So they're going to have to depend on that run game a little bit more than they depend on that quarterback play. So that's why I'm kind of out on the passing game and high on the running game, because I don't like Will Levi. But he has an arm though. Yeah, but he makes terrible reads. Listen, every NFL, okay, hear me when I say this, okay? Every NFL quarterback has a fucking arm. Every NFL quarterback has an arm. Saying he has an arm doesn't mean that what's going on between the eyes is good. It doesn't mean that he's making the right reads. It doesn't mean that his timing is perfect. There's a lot that needs to happen. As I said, no quarterback. There's no quarterback coming into he's got the best situation as a quarterback. So this is literally either Will Levi goes down as one of the best quarterbacks having one of the best fantasy football seasons this year, or he's a fucking bust. And in my opinion, he's a bust. So that's why I'm not high on Levi. That's why I'm not high on that offense other than the run game, because I feel like Will Levi is going to be so awful that they're going to need to start running the ball more than they should. Daniel Jones has a phenomenal arm. He could sling it. He could definitely sling it. I mean, there's guys who are aliens. There's guys who are like Josh Allen's, Patrick Mahomes, Melton, who can sling it 150 yards. I mean, those guys are aliens. But if you're a quarterback, you got an arm. Let's be real. It's like saying, oh, yeah, I like this guy on my fantasy football team because he's good at football. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, we're definitely pushing the tight end position. We're very balanced at running back. We're very balanced at wide receiver. So I think we're okay pushing quarterback a couple of rounds here. We should definitely get a couple more wide receivers here, though. I just love Njoku at ADP 102. He was 88th a month. I love Njoku too, man. I'll be honest. Everybody, yeah, but Deshaun Watson doesn't favor, that position. And I agree. But you also got to realize that, David Njoku was one of the best players in football, period. Not just fantasy football, just one of the best players in football. And you can't be okay, you can't be Stefanski and be yeah, we're not going to utilize David Njoku, even though he was absolutely spectacular last year. It's either Deshaun Watson's going to have to adjust or insert Jameis Winston. JSE, I like the balls trying to push Dak. James SEO is pushing Dak Prescott. I mean, it almost worked. Bad Guys Officials. So, that's probably something he doesn't know. He doesn't know Bad Guys Officials is a diehard Cowboys fan. Even if it doesn't work out. 100%. James has been listening. He's a sharp drafter. Where's Sleazeball? We're going to have to hit Sleazeball with a disco raid, guys. And if he doesn't acknowledge the disco raid, we're just all going to leave. All right? When we're done this. I like doing 2 drafts with you guys. I really do. This is fun, and I like what we're building here. We got C.J. Stroud, Breece Hall, Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, Puka Nacua, Tank Dell, Hollywood Brown, Jaden Reed, Romeo Dobbs, Tyler Lockett. Hindsight being 2020, I forgot that I had Jalen Reed or Jaden Reed. So I probably should have taken a different wide receiver instead of double stacking because I'm limiting my ceiling here. You're setting up talking points and watching. Nice. Are your talking points going to be slides, or are you just? My recommendation is like if you can go to, you're doing it on StreamYard, right? Yeah. If you could go on banners and like, so here I'll create a banner. Like say Javonte Williams is one of the topics. Instead of like having slides, you just add the banner like this and click the banner like that, like Javonte Williams. You know what I mean? And then everybody could address that. Does that make sense? Sorry, I can't stop drafting Cooks and Ferguson. I don't draft them enough. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I feel like tight ends are like people really want their tight ends here, and TJ Hawkinson just went 40 picks ahead of ADP here. Does this guy know something I don't know? He's got Mahomes, Burrow. Man, what is going on? Billy has got Kyren Williams, Josh Jacobs, Tyjae Spears, Austin Eckler, AJ Brown, Chris Olave, Terry McLaurin, Lad McConkey, Jordan Addison, Dontavian Wicks. Mike Andrews is strong. It's strong. I think I'm going to try it right now. Way better. Yeah, and you could just keep adding them. Like if you go to, yeah, banners. Just keep adding them. It doesn't even have to go across. We'll take Jacoby Myers here. I think Bad Guys is going to snipe me here. AP says reaching all Schultz like that too. He's from the future. He's got to know something I don't know, or he's auto picking. I believe he's auto picking. I had to talk to my buddy last night out of reaching for Hawkinson, then got him 4 rounds later. It's the right thing to do. Yeah, man. Bad Guys official keeps sniping me. He's living up to that moniker. Fudge it. We'll do it. We'll take Nick Chubb here. I mean, I could have reached on a quarterback like Jared Goff, but like if Nick Chubb plays around here, he's a good value. He's a good value, right? Right? Like my running backs are spectacular. The tight end I wanted was Freiermuth. He got sniped from me. So yeah, I mean, in terms of a tier break, Nick Chubb is like, if he plays, he should be, way up here in terms of his tier. Like, but yeah, this is a good late season investment in my opinion. As I said, it would have been nice to have gotten Jared Goff, but don't care. Herbert, yeah, also don't care. Kendre Miller, I mean, I'd much rather get Jamal Williams in round 20. How does he snipe you, Disco? You literally pick right before him every round, take whoever you want, and don't rely on him to pass on your. Well, I had to get my guy, and I always have 2 guys that I have in mind that would go good with the roster. You're right. You're right. I'm being entitled right now, but it's my listen, man. It's my fucking show. It's Friday. It's my party. I could say I got. I'm kidding. You're right. 100%. You're right. He didn't snipe me, but he did because I wanted Pat Freiermuth, but I also wanted Jacoby Myers because he's the safest. Oh, 10. Ooh. No, we're okay. We're okay. The bye week 10 is going to be rough for me. I just realized that. That's a rough bye week. At wide receiver, at least. But I mean, Puka is good. Tank Dell's fine. Hollywood's good. Jaden Reed, Dobbs, Lockett, and Myers all have week 10 buys. I like what we're doing here. I think we're going to go with a 4 tight end build. I think we have to. NFL DFS pick says, I pushed Goff to me for a lesson to your buddy on the T-Law thing. Hot Take City? Hot Take City is all of our buddies. Look at that. Hot Take, you see that? Hot Take City says, here goes Unhinged Disco. You have not seen me unhinged, sir. You have not seen me unhinged. And hopefully you never get to see me unhinged. I'm very facetious. I'm very reserved. But yeah, man, look. Jared Goff, he got like 16, 17 picks past ADP right here. And even though he had the stack and the correlation, right? It's very important. You just push it and read the room. And it worked perfectly for him here. And if it didn't work for him, then it's okay. Because there's other quarterback values. See me be unhinged, man. She says mostly. This is my wife, Kobe in the catalog. She says it mostly happens in COD. Man, I am so toxic in Call of Duty. I wanted Matthew Stafford there, sir. I'll be honest. I really wanted Stafford. That one hurt. That one hurt a lot. Yep. It's a good value you got on Stafford too. No, just 2 picks past ADP. You got Kyron? Okay, you don't really care about the correlation. I get it. You just want to watch the world burn. It's fine. I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. Yeah. Hot Take City, I'm mostly unhinged when I play Call of Duty. I'm so toxic, but also hilarious. All right. Let this auto pick guy snipe me again. He's probably going to go with a 30 tight end here. Okay, good. Sleazeball says we have to play COD. I'm insanely unhinged. 100%, man. The new COD coming out in November, I'm here for it, brother. I'm here for it. I love that shit. Especially ranked play. Like Warzone, I love. Don't get me wrong. I love the concept of Warzone. I'm good at it. But I love ranked play. Like that shit is my heart and soul. A multiplayer grinder. I got Parkinson or Robinson, and that's enough correlation for me. I said, yeah, I mean, get your guy. Yeah, SND, hard point. Like I'm calling the rotations and rotating like 30 seconds early and fighting for the rotations and holding, the spawn points, man. I'm telling you, bro, as an anchor, you don't want anybody other than Disco. I'll let you guys all go out and slay, and I will win the hard point every single time. So search and destroy, like I have a very short attention span, so I will lose every game if you ask me to clutch a search and destroy, unless I get an ace. If I'm not getting an ace, that's whatever. Control is cool, man. Have you played Control? Have you played Control and ranked Sleazeball? Control is a really cool game mode. A lot of strategy there. Madden, I'm also very toxic in Madden, like extremely toxic. Like if I don't make you rage quit in Madden after, the second quarter or around the second quarter, I'm having a bad game. The amount of I was once ranked in Madden, by the way. The amount of rage quits I've forced in Madden's crazy. Y'all claim to get your guys then push, then correlation. What? But I get what you're saying. Well, listen. There's a certain region where you should get your guys. Like right now, week 15 and on, get your guys because it's all like ADP is irrelevant here, right? Correlation is important, but it's not everything. It really isn't everything. Correlation, I feel like some people value correlation way too much. It's nice to have a stack when it comes to you at value, but correlation, some people value way too much. Micro stacks are cool. I prefer to stack my quarterbacks with my tight ends. But yeah. NFL DFS Pick says we should play Madden sometime. I have never played online, but I beat the computer on franchise more than 70 to 10 points most games. Cool. Yeah, I'm down. I'm totally down. I have unplugged all my game. Like as of May, you can ask my wife. As of like the NFL draft, when the NFL draft concluded, so shortly after my birthday, I have not like I've unplugged my PS5. I got a really cool controller, unplugged that too, and like I've put it away so I can lock in and focus on fantasy football. When Madden comes out, I'm definitely going to play it. I'm going to do some streams where I'm playing Madden online for sure. I haven't tried NCAA. I'm not going to. I'll be honest. I'm not going to. There's a lot of reviews, a lot of raves, but like what Madden's doing this year, it's not the same game. It's not a carbon copy of every year, and I'm excited for Madden. AP says correlation is more important on Underdog and DK, in my opinion. I believe it. I play on all Madden level only. Yeah, but yeah. You playing on rookie mode NFL DFS picks? I like online play, man, because like especially if they got a mic, they'll come on, they'll be talking shit like, "Oh, don't let me do that. Oh, why are you onside kicking? Why are you squib kicking? Why are you up 21-0? Why is the game giving me an option for a mercy? I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit." And like their pain is my fuel. It gives me so much joy, breaking people's souls, spirits. Does that make me a bad person? Probably. All right. See if I get my QB2 here. I mean, either way, I should be fine with the QB2. We got our QB2. I need 2 more running backs. We're definitely going 4 tight ends with this build. And I'm going to take a player I have 0 exposure to, but I'll just do it for correlation purposes. Tyler Conklin. We'll see it. Auto pick Bryce Young. We'll take it. Shit. Trevor Lawrence, Bryce Young, Deontay Johnson. So some correlation, not bad. I mean, Jatavian Sanders is relatively free. He goes undrafted a lot. Everybody got some big plans this weekend? I'm excited to see you guys in a hot take space tomorrow. Billy, I would love if you're free tomorrow at noon. If you want to hop in and chop it up on Hot Take City's Hot Take NFL X space, I think it would be really fun to chat with you and chop it up there. We can have more of a back and forth where you're not typing and drafting at the same time. It's going to be fun. Bring your hot takes. And once again, folks, after this show, we're going live at 9 p.m. Eastern time with my boy Sleazeball on his YouTube channel, star-studded panel, Debate City. We're going for unhinged disco. So the toxicity might come out. But once again, man, I respect everybody until I don't have a reason to. And I feel like I'm not going to have a reason not to respect anybody there. They all seem like great guys. They really do. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to being unhinged disco. But just in terms of like my takes. NFL DFS Pick says, I think I'm going to stream a draft tomorrow at 10 a.m. Tomorrow, if anyone wants to join. Sick. AP says, Wild Conklin had 0 touchdowns last year. The Zach Wilson experience, shit. A lot of people like Conklin. I think he's a good tight end in the NFL. Fantasy, I don't know. Yet to be seen. Who would you rather have, James Conner or Benson? In the world where, both of them are healthy, I think James Conner. But realistically speaking, James Conner averages 4 missed games per season. He's 29 years old. He's a little bit older. I think Cedric Benson's just as big and much faster version. And I think he's going to replace James Conner. And the moment James Conner goes down with an injury, I think Benson's going to take the job and he's not going to relinquish it. James Asio says Benson will take over next year. I think whenever Conner goes down with an injury, Trey Benson's coming up with the job. And he's not going to relinquish it. I think Conner will spell him. I like Arizona this year, man. Michael Wilson looks good. Michael Wilson looks really good. I do not need a third quarterback. Just reminding myself, I do not need a third quarterback. We'll see if I got sniped here. If I do, I do. If I don't, I'm ecstatic. We're starting to see the run on tight ends. Parkinson, some correlation there. Benson will take over next year. James SEO says Tyler Conklin will be in the top 16 to 18. Why? Why? I really need to know why. I don't think he's going to be a volume killer. Well, tell PPR guy in Sleaze stream Benson is better. I will. Haha. You like that, Sleaze? My last pick will be Fields again. We'll see if I let it. You on the show tonight too, Hot Take City? No, it's just me. Me, Tip Major, PPR Tips, Lindebaum, and Rip. Yeah. I think I got it right. Drafted man-mate. We're good at tight end now. No, I didn't get invited, AP. I'm not wanted on Sleaze's stream. Dang, Sleaze. The fuck? We'll get Dortch here. I don't have a lot of Dortch, so I think now's a good time to get exposure to him. If I'm not going wide receiver anymore for this draft, I want a home run hitter, and like I like Sleaze's takes on Dortch. I respect it. I mean, like if you look at Dortch, he's a little bit different because they got Zay Jones. They got Zay Jones, they got Michael Wilson and Marvin Harrison Jr., who are kind of all like the same guy. So when they go 3 wide receiver sets, I think Dortch is like the most unique one there. And like the return upside's nice. I don't think he's going to splash. I don't think he's going to be insane. I don't think he's going to be a league winner by any means. But I'm willing to say that, you know, he'll give me a couple spike weeks here to balance my strong wide receiver. AP says your takes are just too damn hot. I know me and Sleaze have this love-hate relationship, and right now it's a hate one. Heard. Hot take, you can come on with me this week. I just got to learn how to add a person first. Easy. Okay, so say you're looking at your Dan. Say you're looking at your StreamYard screen at the bottom. It gives you an option to mute, stop can, settings, share screen, present, invite, leave studio. If you click on invite, you literally just click the copy button. You don't even have to send it in an email. Just copy button and then send it to him via Messenger, and you're good. Literally just click the invite button at the bottom where it's a person and a plus. Click on that, and then you'll be good. Once again, man, if you want, let's set up a time, schedule a time so I could teach you how to navigate through StreamYard. It's super easy. It's very, very straightforward. It's very intuitive. That's why I use it, because I'm a modern day Neanderthal. Next Friday, no excuses. Round 2 of Unhinged. Man, I need the royalties, honestly. I need the royalties. Levi finally comes off. Well, hot take. You could go join Dan, NFL DFS picks. Why the hell not? That's fuck, I'll support easily. Appreciate you, brother. Levi finally comes off. Dortch will have big best ball weeks. Can I send a message on X? Yeah, as long as you paste it on X. 100%. That's where I share my StreamYards. Like, if you're at your computer, I'll send it to you now. So here, I'll go copy. Let me pull up X. Let me find you. Boom, I sent it to you on X. Yes. Hot take, you ready for tomorrow? Yeah, you ready for tomorrow? I definitely got some hot takes, brother. We be perfect together. I like it. I like it. Match made in Community First Heaven. Wait, who took Jamal Williams? There he is. Okay, we got Jamal. It was either Cordell Patterson, Justice Hill, or Miles Sanders as our last pick, but we went Jamal Williams, Miles Sanders, because our first three running backs are elite. If Nick Chubb plays, our running backs are going to be absolutely spectacular. Jamal Williams should get that RB2 role, especially with Kendrick Miller getting all that bad coach speak. We got 4 good tight ends. I like this draft. Are we looking at lineups? You guys want me to look at your lineups? Let me know. I like my draft a lot. I go 2-6-8-4, CJ Stroud, Aaron Rodgers, Breece Hall, Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, Nick Chubb, Jamal Williams, Miles Sanders. Those guys are just flyers. They need a lot to work, but I mean, fuck. My first 3 RBs are so safe that I could take risks with the last 3. Wide receiver, Puka Nacua, Tank Dell, Hollywood Brown, Jaden Reed, Romeo Dobbs, Tyler Lockett, Jacoby Myers, Greg Dortch. It's a good wide receiver room. It's not great. It's good. It's good. It's very safe. Tight end, Luke Musgrave, Taysom Hill, Tyler Conklin, Jelani Woods. It's not bad. It's good. Sleaze, your show is at 9. It's at 9. Fields, Sanders, Sniped, hate you. I'm sorry. I did not take Fields. Who took Fields? Just Josh and took Fields. Dang. He got that double stack there too. You have been going 2 QBs a lot lately. Is it the move? Well, like if I'm going elite quarterback, I think like the last elite quarterback, in my opinion, to go 2 QBs is Trevor Lawrence. If I'm going elite quarterback, I like to go 2 QBs and just try to get like as many, spike weeks at other positions than, the quarterback position. 15 minutes, James SEO. Yes, sir. Thumbs up. Gonna eat something, then tune in. Nice drafting, ladies and gents. Always a pleasure drafting with you, sir. Colin Whitman, what's up, buddy? We were literally just talking about Call of Duty. We're just talking about Call of Duty. I love you, Whitman. All right, guys. I'm gonna go take a poop, and then I'm gonna go shit on Sleazeball's panel during this debate. So it'll be double shitting tonight. NFL Dave has picks. Much better start for me than the last draft. Taking more than 1 QB high really hurts the team 100%. Yeah, man. So, guys, once again, we'll be live with Sleazeball in 17 minutes. Head over to his YouTube channel and say hashtag disco raid. He better acknowledge the fucking disco raid. He better shout out the disco ball raid. And then hopefully this debate stays civilized, because I'm ready. I'll draft for you while you're gone. Oh, no. Like, I just did 2 drafts. We're going over to this guy's stream right here, Sleazeball Fantasy Football. We have a big debate about to go down on his channel. Make sure you smash the subscribe, because Sleazeball is part of my, drafters family, and definitely somebody who I fucking love a lot. So head over there, guys. Nice. Good job, Disco James SEO with the Bengals trade. Man, love you guys. This was awesome this week. Thank you guys for being absolutely spectacular. I'll see you guys back here on Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And until next time, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, y'all. God bless you guys. Peace.